its effects assure him it is there. It what? The truth. The meaningfulness of what was being extended. And thus, in the brothers or sisters or clients' acknowledgement of it, reception of it, it demonstrates the movement of God that has moved through the therapist. And the therapist knows that the movement of God is true and real and actual. And so he gets to keep what he gave, because in giving it and in its receipt, it proved experientially the actuality of it. And it wasn't just a concept being provided out of memory by an independent, separated entity. Now, listen to this. And I'm speaking to the therapist in each one of you. The therapist does not heal. He lets healing be. He allows it to happen by getting out of the way as an independent or unhealed healer, and lets God shine through by invitation. And in the shining through and the receipt of what has shone through, the healer makes his own, or gets to keep, what was given. And the apparent healer and the apparent healed are blessed in what? In greater self-appreciation and arrogance? No. In greater, awesome awareness that God is all there is to them. And they are what they are by grace, not by having earned it. The therapist does not heal. He lets healing be. He can point to darkness, but he cannot bring light of himself, for light is not of him. Yet, being for him, it, the light, must also be for his patient. The Holy Spirit is the only therapist. Holy Spirit, that which is nothing more than your right mind, is the only therapist. He makes healing perfectly clear in any situation in which he is the guide. Well, the only situation wherein he can be the guide is when somebody hesitates a moment before coming to a conclusion or a determination and says, I of myself can do nothing. Not my will, but thine be done. What is your will? And then he shuts up and fearlessly pays attention, listens. And because he cares enough about his brother, he listens for something that he anticipates will be of pure value and of such unconflicted meaning that the only possible effect it could have would be the dissolving of confusion, the entrance of transformational clarity. The Holy Spirit makes healing perfectly clear in any situation in which He is the guide. The human therapist can only let Him, the Holy Spirit, fulfill His function. See? The unhealed healer thinks healing is a function he is supposed to perform. But there is no unhealed or healed healer. There is no independent entity. There is no entity that is not a puppet. At the end of strings that something else is holding. And so, as simple as it is, none of you wants to hear it. Your salvation, your fulfillment, everything you are looking for that is good and true about you will only be able to be found when you yield to that which is responsible for your existence. And you are not responsible for your existence. There is a God, and you are where God is presencing Himself, and thereby presencing Himself as all that is holy, all that is truly and really meaningful, all that is truly invulnerable, and all that could ever possibly be called respectable. The fulfillment you want that you think you will lose when you give up your arrogant attempt to be independent. All that you will give up, all that you will lose when you give up your arrogant attempt to be independent will be the amnesia, will be the unconsciousness of all that is beautiful and good and true and meaningful about you. You will be left with the very thing you have been looking for by trying so damned hard to be so damned good that you can prove your worth. Again, the human therapist can only let Him, the Holy Spirit, fulfill His function. He needs no help for this, except to have you get out of the way, to have you stop blocking the movement of that which is nothing more than your right mind. He will tell you exactly what to do to help anyone. To help anyone He sends to you for help, and will speak to him through you. Oh, there we go again. I'm just supposed to be the mouthpiece for truth? That doesn't help me be anything in my own right. That just gives all of the glory to the Holy Spirit. I see, there's your ignorance. The Holy Spirit is nothing more than you, than your right mind. But until this that wants to stand independently as a creditable and valuable and valid entity, I'm sorry, I lost it. That which wants to stand as an independent, valuable, and valid entity that's concerned about not getting the credit is that which isn't actual, it isn't real. And the concern it expresses, which seems to be you expressing your concern, keeps you distracted from being able to make the choice for the Holy Spirit that would return your sanity to you by returning you in your whole mind as the Holy Spirit. And that's the simple way it works. He sends, He will tell you exactly what to do to help anyone He sends to you for help, and will speak to him through you if you do not interfere. Remember that you are choosing a guide for helping. See, you're never doing it all by yourself. You are always choosing a guide for helping, and it's one of the two voices. Remember that you are choosing a guide for helping, and the wrong choice will not help. But remember also that the right one will. Trust Him, for help is His function, and He is of God. As you awaken other minds to the Holy Spirit through Him and not yourself, not who you think you are, not your definition of yourself, you will understand that you are not obeying the laws of this world, but that the laws you are obeying work. Quote, the good is what works, unquote, is a sound, though insufficient statement. Only the good can work. Nothing else works at all. This course is a guide to behavior. Being a very direct and very simple learning situation, it provides the guide who tells you what to do. If you do it, you will see that it works. Its results are more convincing than its words. They will convince you that the words are true, and you will be able to keep, to have what you have given. If you do it, you will see that it works. Its results are more convincing than its words. They will convince you that the words are true. By following the right guide, you will learn the simplest of all lessons. Quote, by their fruits ye shall know them, and they shall know themselves. By the fruits of their sharing, you will know them. And by the receipt of the fruits of their sharing, they will have what they have given. They will know themselves more clearly. It is not bad news to find out that you do not have the capacity to accomplish anything. You don't exist independently, having independent capacities. The sooner you dare to feel helpless, the sooner you will have the courage which will probably be experienced as an overwhelming fear that you've got to do something new, or things are really going to get terrible, you won't have the confidence to reach out, to break the isolation, and to say, help, I give up control. I would like to move through my life. I would like to experience my life in harmony with the intent of the mover of life. And I realize I am not the mover of life. I thought I could be, and I have tried and tried. God, how I've tried. And I'm realizing that it doesn't work. I'm realizing that I'm getting tired of persisting in doing what doesn't work. I want to be in harmony with the mover of life. Mover, wherever you are. Mover, whoever you are. Talk to me. Illuminate me. Show me the truth. That's how you move out of the realm of the unhealed or healed healer and become a transformational presence, because God in you is finding expression through you. And you are remembering your birthright, and you are remembering what you are. You have no better gift to give your brother and thereby receive yourself. Mind you, this isn't something to think about. It's something to do. Whether it's the poinsettia when you first see it, or your brother or sister when you first see him or her. Hesitate. You've got to do that hesitation before you blindly accept what your memory provides you with, or the meanings you have applied and created out of imagination. You've got to hesitate. Why? Because your brother is worth it? Yes. But the real reason for doing it is that you don't deserve to be experiencing one more moment of misperceiving reality and yourself. It's not your birthright, and God isn't holding it away from you. And it makes no sense to be unconscious of the truth. So use every encounter, use every situation this week. Even as when you walk your dog and you see a weed on the side of the road or another tree cut down, or how noisy the road down below is getting. Take each one of those things and hesitate before you come to that damned conclusion, and step back and say, Father, give me fresh eyes to see. Let me see things here through your eyes. And then, don't forget that what you're asking for is something that is going to change the way you're experiencing yourself and your world, that will constitute a blessing you wouldn't have wanted to miss. Don't forget that, so that you are free to let go of the grousing and grumbling about the very thing that's caused you to have to hesitate and ask God what's going on. You don't want the grousing and grumbling to continue. You want the presence of curiosity to replace it, because the answer will be so transformational and will be such a blessing for you that you wouldn't have wanted to miss it. Okay. Enough said. I love you, and I look forward to being with you next week.